Oh, yeah. Oh, huh. Hey, Justin. What's happening, yo? Sorry, I was looking at the Twitch business. I'm still trying to like sort out Twitch. Hey, Tommy. Well, I mean, I do have a job to do. So even if I was gonna go to the Rolling Stones tonight, I would still have to be here now. And then I might be able to book out and make it. I have some friends who are gonna try and score me a last minute ticket, but I'll be honest, I saw the Stones in Vegas at Allegiant in May, and I don't feel like it's gonna get any better than that. I had a friend come through last minute in Vegas with those front of stage wristbands. So we were basically front row. And I was like, I really can't justify spending $200 on a ticket to Levi Stadium. Plus, I get out of here and drive down there and deal with the traffic and the parking and the shuttle and then trying to get out of there. And then tomorrow I've got a really busy day because I'm going to Comic-Con this weekend. At any point, um, probably not. But if I do have a friend that's working the show go, "Hey, I got a pass for you last minute," then I might get the wild hair and bolt down there, but that's a pretty big if right now. Stranger things have happened, but I'm not counting on it. I'm counting on going home to bed after this so I can going home to pack really so that I'm prepared for Comic-Con. Um Hey Kevin, what's happening? Justin, I just sat here explaining that I was probably not going to the Rolling Stones. Hey, Marlon, you know what I'm talking about, right? Hey, Zol. Oh my God. Are you still in Texas? Where are you now? Tell me. I haven't seen you in way too long. I can't believe you moved. But yeah, and Marlon, man, are you working the show tonight? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you have tickets to the Stones, or if you want to pick up last minute tickets to the Stones and go to that show, 100% do it. It's a great show. I just have already seen it. So for me, like dropping another couple $100 on it is like, eh. Hey, Yvonne, what's happening? Are you jealous I'm going to Comic Con? You should be because it's awesome. I was just talking to my podcast partner, Steve Gorman, today, and he's jealous I'm going to Comic Con, and he doesn't even like superhero movies, but he does like sci fi. So, yeah. You didn't? I thought you moved to Texas. Why did I hear that? Am I confused? I must be confused. Well, I guess I just haven't seen you in real life in so long then. It seemed like you moved out of state. Hey, Donald. Oh, thank you. You can listen to me on the bone right now at 1077 on the FM dial or at 1077thebone.com, or you can download the Bone app at 1077 The Bone. I just can't play the station on here because yesterday I thought I was so good having all the sound off the whole time, but nope. As soon as it was over, I had 2 copyright strikes. 2. And you know what they were for? They were for like 10 seconds. Because apparently a couple of times I had the station on in my headphones and I didn't realize the microphone wasn't on. And if the microphone's not on, the station music will come through the Q speakers. But it was a whole ridiculous thing. Hey, Lori, have I missed anybody? Aw, thanks, guys. Well, I'll tell you, I was thinking about trying to go live at Comic-Con, but I don't know if that's gonna, like, kill my phone battery or not. Because I've only ever done this on StreamYard, but maybe? If not, I will definitely be posting a ludicrous amount of stuff. That's gonna be the hard part, right? Trying to figure out how to post across all the platforms at once. Um, shit. Maybe I should just pony up and pay Hootsuite to get my account activated again, huh? Because otherwise, I'm gonna have to sit there and, like, film something and then upload it to Insta, and then it'll go to Insta story. It'll go to if I upload it to Instagram and then upload it to my Insta stories, it'll go to my Facebook stories, but it won't go to my Facebook. I'll have to upload to Facebook separately, and then I have to upload to TikTok separately, and then I have to upload to Twitter separately, and it's like does StreamYard have an app? I wonder if I could StreamYard from my phone. Hmm. Thanks for listening already, Dawn. Appreciate that. Is Dawn okay, or do you prefer Donald? I don't want to, like, misname anybody by accident. Sometimes I do that. Yeah, Justin, I can play some Rolling Stones. Yeah, I didn't want to have to carry a backup battery, Marlon, but you're right. I probably should just suck it up. I always try to get away without it, and then I end up bringing, like, the full Camelback backpack and looking like a nerd anyway. So I'm like, fuck it. I might as well just go full nerd, right? I mean, why not? Plus also that's how you stay hydrated. Lori, I don't know who I'm most looking forward to seeing, because I'll be honest, I have just been running around like crazy with work and life that I haven't even looked to see what's happening at Comic-Con. I only yesterday even logged into the Comic-Con portal to try and get any exclusives. And I'll be honest, I use those exclusives as, like, Christmas shopping for my nephews. So I was like, oh shit, I better get some exclusives, because otherwise I don't have anything special for the nephews. My niece is too young. I have a niece now too. I was strictly nephews until 2 years ago, but she's only 2, so I don't think she cares much yet about anything in particular for me to be able to get her Comic-Con stuff. But her brother is 4 now, almost 5, so he's almost on the Comic-Con exclusive. He's on the cusp, as the other 2 are outgrowing it. So at any rate, I only logged in yesterday to try and see if I could get any exclusives at all. And I noticed that there's a What We Do in the Shadows signing that I have to miss because it happens before I get there. I think it's happening tomorrow night, and I think it's happening tomorrow day, and I'm not going to be there yet. Oh my God, Kevin. I mean, even if I could find a charging port, am I going to stand? Do you have any idea? There's probably a line at the charging ports. This is Comic-Con, dude. They're not going to let you just plug into the wall and sit there. And if they do, somebody's already going to be sitting there. I'm going to be sitting there in line for somebody to plug into, and it'd just be crazy. Hey, Joe, what's happening? What kind of North Bay? Because some people think that Fairfield is the North Bay, and I have always argued against that my whole life, because I feel like Fairfield is still kind of East Bay. Because even though geographically on a map it's not, like, according to the highway system, it very much is. Unless you mean Santa Rosa, in which case, oh yeah, you North Bay. That is way North Bay. I like to call Fairfield the Far East Bay, and I like to call Santa Rosa the Great White North, even though it doesn't snow there. Hey, Pootie, if things could be simple, everyone would do it. That's all I can think of. I mean, Comic-Con is already jam-packed with people, and it's hard to get into. So could you imagine if it was easy to get into? And on Saturday, you're just shuffling. It's like being in the pit at a concert at an arena, because it's just so crowded. You're just like, and you're like shoulder to shoulder with people who are wearing like He-Man costumes and stuff. It's crazy, but it's cool. I know, right? Nandor, it's killing me that I can't make it for that, even just to like walk by it and be like, I love your show. I can't believe you're canceled. Well, they're not canceled, but they're, they're ending it. But I do love that show. How's my hands? It's it's as good as it's ever going to be. It's a permanent injury, so I try and type as little as possible and hope that it feels better. Although I will say that my friend Charlie recommended a brace that I tried, and it was too immobilizing. That's kind of more like a brace that you would sleep in for me, to keep me from like bending my wrist in the middle of the night. Because when you have an injury like this, you kind of you sometimes will like fist up at night, fist up, and it injures it more. So it's too immobile. So I went back to this one that I have, which I don't like. I'm gonna look for another one. And mostly the only reason I don't like this is because it's so old, it stinks. I'm gonna try and wash it, see if that, but I'm afraid it'll fall apart if I do. Oh, you're in Vallejo. Okay. Yeah, no, that's more East Bay, because right on 80, you're on 80. You'd have to be, or unless you're on 37. If you're on 37, I'll call that North Bay. But if you're on 80, nah, it's not really North Bay. Oh yeah, the action figures, the toys, Comic-Con is massive, and the stuff they have. I mean, honestly, I just go as like a tourist. I do get in line for some exclusives, like I said, for like Christmas presents for my nephews, but that's it. Hey, Justine. The guys in the chat are about to glaze over. Oh, thank you. This is Mac, but I have a handful of different ones that I like. Hang on a second. Hi, it's the Bone.
Hi, when are you guys giving away the tickets to Vegas?
We are qualifying people for Vegas in the 7 a.m., 11 a.m., and 3 p.m. hours. Listen for the cue to call and be caller 10 when you hear it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. That's always somebody who wasn't listening and was like, it's been 3 o'clock. Can't I win now? And you're like, nope, happens in the 3 o'clock hour. And then Nikki Blakk is an asshole. It always happens at the end of the 3 o'clock hour. So I can try and make you listen the whole hour, because that's the point of the contest, is to get people to listen to the radio station. So yeah, I have 3 companies that I absolutely love for lipstick. MAC, Lancome, and Tom Ford. Tom Ford lipsticks are stupid expensive, and if somebody hadn't given me one, I never would have known that I loved them. But so I kind of love hate for her for that. But I did find this discount cosmetics store at the Napa outlets. So if you're ever in the Napa area, swing by the outlets there, because they had like discount cosmetics, and Tom Ford lipsticks are usually like $80, and these were like 35. So I'm wearing the MAC today though, but it could be any on any given Sunday, I'm going to be wearing like one of those 3. Yeah, you know what? Go to MAC and ask for their Viva La Glam reds, because I find I don't like orange-based reds, and I find that the MAC reds, the Viva La Glam ones, are all like really good true reds, and almost all of them are mattes, and I'll bet you'd like them. And they always seem to have those in stock. I think they cost $1 more because there's like a charity angle, but it's a good charity, so I don't care. Plus, the MAC lipsticks are actually relatively inexpensive, especially when you compare them to like MAC, or when you compare anything to Tom Ford. But the Lancome lipsticks are like between $25 and $35, and the Lancome lipsticks are between $25 and $35, and the MAC lipsticks are like between $15 and $20, I think, or $17 and $22 or something like that. Oh, thanks, Justin. Don't worry about praying for me. It's a permanent injury. It's always going to hurt. It's just something I always have to just be careful of. Check out the new horror movies coming out. Oh, you know what? There's a leg something coming out that I haven't seen. What did I just see? I just saw a horror movie. Oh, I just saw A Quiet Place, the beginning, and that was pretty good. I liked it. it was one of those like movies where it just keeps going, you know? It takes a minute to get started, and then once it gets started, it's just like run for your life, run for your life, run for your life, and it never stops until it does. So that was cool. What's it called? Yellow Legs or Long Legs or something like that. I heard that one might be good. I haven't had a chance to check it out. The cast of Terrifier 3 will be there. Stinkfist. Good one. Hey, Pootie. Well, I do have a bit of carpal tunnel. So it's a combination of carpal tunnel and extensor tendonitis. It's a repetitive motion injury. So I try to stop repeating motions, which kind of is why I ended up going to the lives instead of answering comments. And it's also why I don't answer DMs and stuff, because I have a limited amount of repetitive motion in my hand in a day that I can do before it starts to hurt. And I kind of need to keep it below the pain threshold, because by the time I feel the pain, it's too late. And there's no, it's like that's where the injury is, right? So I have to keep everything pre-pain to make sure that I don't have the injury, because once the pain happens, that means it's already busted, and I can't type for like a week, you know, to make the pain go away. It sucks. You're welcome, Justine. I love talking makeup. Anytime you want to know something, let me know. I got all the inside scoop. I wish Steven Seaweed was here too. I love him, but he is happily retired. I mean, the man put in 40 years in this industry. You got to give him a break, you know? I mean, he's got a beautiful place in Santa Cruz, and he and the family are just enjoying their retirement. Well earned. Hey, Lizzie, what's happening? Who did you talk to last night, Justin? Steven Seaweed? How did you talk to Steven? Yes, Long Legs. Abigail was good. I really liked Abigail, because honestly, but you know what? They gave away too much in the trailer. They gave away way too much in the trailer. I wished I hadn't seen the trailer by the time I saw the movie, because the suspense in the movie was so good that by the time you got to where it was, if you hadn't known, because I'm trying not to spoil it, but if you hadn't known what the thing was, then that would have just blindsided you immediately, because no one would have picked that. Like, it was so good. But yeah, Abigail was good even though they did blow the secret in the trailers. Totally. Oh, you talked to Steven on Facebook? Oh, cool. What'd he say? Did he wish you a happy birthday? Okay, let me see where I am on time here. I don't know how I managed to do it today, but I got so much done before I left the house. I had time to make an espresso, so I might be a little. So apparently I need I need to build my community with Twitch achievements. So if anybody's on Facebook and would like to switch to Twitch, did not mean to rhyme, but there you go. Feel free to find me on Twitch at Nikki Blakk Official, because I have to do things like reach 50 followers, get 5 people chatting at the same time, etc. You know what's funny is it says that I have it says that I've had 4 people chatting at the same time, and I never get into the chat. And I'll bet you if I had gotten into the chat, it would have made it 5. Dope. That's my problem. But oh well. Dun, dun, dun. Does that work? Let's see. Okay. Can you request a song for Metal Zone this Saturday? You can try, but I have already turned in the Metal Zone. I usually have to have the Metal Zone done by like Tuesday at the latest. I try to do it by Monday. Switch to Twitch, 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 switch to Twitch. Ah, I did it. That's skills, Marlon. Look at me spitting. I used to be obsessed with early 80s rap. I thought like Roxanne Shante was the shit. That's when they came out with that documentary about her. I watched it like 3 times. I was like, yeah, she's everything I thought she was. Love her. I think we still have like some UTFO albums in the house. Probably at my mom's. I don't know where all my records are. I found a bunch in the garage, but it's definitely not all of them because I know I had some more. Isn't that weird when you like pack stuff away that you're planning to never, never, ever get rid of, and then all of a sudden it's just disappeared one day and you're like, ah. That's my whole garage. Probably also my mom's garage. Why is Ozzy Osbourne mad at Britney Spears? He says he can't take those dance videos anymore. Every fucking day, Britney Spears is posting a dance video, and it's like, Ozzy, do you know how the TikTok works? You just don't have to watch it. But actually, let's be honest, right? TikTok just feeds stuff at you, and it irritates the shit out of me. Does anybody else like TikTok? I've been trying, right? Because, we're all supposed to do this social media business. But it's like, let me see, where am I? The TikTok feed just automatically has stuff. Oh, I gotta like Patriot.
You can take every fucking thing from me. Go ahead. Take everything.
Most of the time, it's just people yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me?
One particularly fiery member of Congress.
I do love Jon Stewart, though.
As her body rejected the unity theme.
And then they're always trying to sell me these ice makers. Why is TikTok trying to sell me ice makers? Like all the time. Nobody needs a fucking ice maker.
Hello. We are sitting on a patio in Rome.
Get products.
Cobblestone Street. And today was our first.
I don't need sunglasses or headphones or a watch.
The museum, and then we went to St. Peter's Basilica.
Why would I want that?
And then we had some wonderful.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not like that, Mom.
What are TikTok rewards? What is TikTok trying to reward me with? That one tongue-tied me. Go figure.
Oh, look at Daddy.
I must be at least 18 years old to continue. My TikTok reward is that I can buy crap for a penny. This must be just like those 12 albums for $1 thing that we all used to do at Columbia Record House. I'll bet you. But yeah, no thanks, TikTok. I don't want your rewards. Oh, I can come back and get more rewards anytime. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Mom.
Ava.
But apparently now that TikTok rewards thing is stuck in my peripheral all the time. I can play the Foo Fighters, Justin. Give me like half an hour. Kevin. Welcome. Oh, Kevin. This is Kevin from wait, Kevin, are you on YouTube and on Twitch? Is that what I'm seeing? You deleted your TikTok? Yeah, I don't blame you, honestly. I mean, if I didn't have to TikTok for, because that's what you do now when you're a media personality, you've got to do the TikTok and shit. If it wasn't like part of the gig, I would not do it. It irritates the shit out of me. Hey, Jacob. Hey, Philip. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good hip hop out there still. But there's also a lot of crap, That's the difference, right? Back in the origins of a movement, if you're crap, nobody ever hears of you. You don't exist. You're just like, but then once something blows up, they're like, well, let's get everybody in here, and I think the most obvious example of that is like 80s hair rock. Van Halen started playing fucking stadiums and they were like, get us every guy in spandex with long hair. If they're wearing makeup, even better. And they just started signing them all. And, it just was painful. Oh, okay. Love you, Marlon. Good to see you. Oh, I forgot to ask you how movie night was at the Fillmore. Did you go? Oh, well, you got shit to do. Roxanne Shanti has a show still, like now, like a new one. Good for her. She deserves it. I don't know what Arius is, though. What is that? Yeah, I'm not mad at people who are like hustling. If it's your jam to be a, what do they call that? Direct to consumer salesperson or drop ship salesperson or whatever. Cool. But how do I filter you out of my shit? That's what I want to know. I would like to pluck that corn from my shit and never have to see it again. Thanks. But TikTok has like a these are your friends section. And I only look at that section. But apparently all my friends only post like 2 things a day. And so then that's gone. And then it's all, and now here's all the crap. People are going to yell at you and sell you ice makers again. And I'm like, and then I dump it. And I end up more on Facebook and Instagram and all the shit. Oh shit, y'all. Biden got the vid. I told you COVID was going around. I'm probably going to catch COVID at Comic-Con, right? I mean, is it even, here's going to be the real fucking test, right? I keep joking about how I got COVID once. It was at the Metallica show in December of 2021. I got it from Chasta's husband. It's a funny story. He gave us all the vid that night. Like he took out the whole radio station in one night. I wasn't on the station at the time, but yeah, he gave it to Chasta and to Joe, who was on here at the time, and and Baby Huey. Everybody got it from Chasta's husband that night. But I digress. So I keep joking about how I can't catch COVID anymore because I have been on multiple Monsters of Rock cruises since. I mean, I've been in so many different areas. Sorry, there's like some shit on my screen. Is there shit on my screen or shit on my nose? Oh, you know what that is? I spilled my coffee earlier and I must have like splashed some of it on my nose. All y'all just sitting there, nobody telling me I got fucking coffee on my nose? No one has my back here. No one. Anyhow, I've been on multiple Monsters of Rock cruises. I've been to multiple rock concerts. I've been in the pit. I've been everywhere. And I cannot catch COVID again. Even when I do get sick and I test and test and test, I've only been sick like twice. And I thought it was COVID, but nope. No positive tests at all. I wish I could block them, Kevin, but I don't know how. How do you block people selling you crap on TikTok? I mean, I feel like that's bailing out the ocean with a bucket, There's so many of them. And there's no way to like TikTok insists that you let them curate your feed. Like you can't, it's like you tell it what stuff you like in the very beginning. And then it goes, cool, we got you. And then it lets their algorithm tailor your feed. So God forbid you accidentally watch something or you have the phone on the counter and the phone like sits there on something accidentally for a minute, TikTok thinks that you love that shit. Or, and this is my favorite, I have some friends who like to share some extremely inappropriate humor. And I'm like, okay, thanks, guys. Love that. I'm not mad at them for it because I'm like, it's funny. But also now TikTok thinks I'm like a racist because my friends keep sending me racist shit to watch. And I don't know it's racist until after I watched it. And I'm like, that was an inappropriate joke, sir. And they're like, I know, but it was funny. And I'm like, it was funny, but still, now TikTok thinks I'm a racist and they keep sending me more racist shit. I'm gonna jinx myself. No, I'm trying to jinx the jinx. I am going to be testing my ability to not catch COVID big time at Comic-Con this weekend. Everybody around me has been catching COVID. Like one of my really good friends caught COVID. Another person I work with caught COVID. I keep seeing people pop positive all over the place. And apparently now Biden just tested positive for COVID. Isn't this his second COVID diagnosis? Oh my God, do you think he had COVID at the debates? Nah, that was like 2 weeks ago. Interesting. But I know nobody wants to do politics. Nikki's the best DJ. Want some mushrooms? I wouldn't say no to mushrooms, but also I don't take drugs from strangers. So thanks, but no thanks. I got a guy. It's funny when I used to have actual like legit back problems. I mean, I still do, but very rarely now because I got a procedure, radio frequency nerve ablation. And when I was having those back problems, I would go to whatever doctor was part of my insurance. And I would be like, hey, my back really hurts. I need like some Somas and some Norco. Both of those seem to work really well. I use them sparingly. And they'd be like, oh, we're not giving you those, drug seeker. And I'm like, I'm asking for like 30 pills a year. My back goes out every like couple of months, you know, and then it's fine again. So I just need a little bit here and there. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And I look at them and I go, I've been working in the concert industry for a quarter century. Do you think I don't know a guy? Like, if you tell me no right now, I can call someone and go get that shit. I just would prefer that the insurance that I pay for fucking pay for it. But no, I used to have to buy drugs on the sly all the time for legitimate medical purposes because doctors would just look at me and be like, this bitch is an addict. Go figure. But then, you know, all those studies came out showing how women's pain was like just dismissed out of hand by doctors all over the world. Yeah. Women and people of color. The prejudice extends to the medical industry. They just automatically assume that we're being hysterical or something. I guess. Go figure. So back to Ozzy and why he's so mad at Britney Spears. I mean, I got to be honest. These are some really unflattering still photos that they've taken of Britney from her TikTok. Oh, it's not TikTok. It's on her Instagram. Sorry. But Ozzy thinks it's happening every day. Let's see. Well, okay, Brittany. I don't know. I feel like part of me is like, you do you, and part of me is like, maybe tone it down a little bit. I mean, does she have to be in almost nothing every time? But also, maybe she still lives in some kind of hot, humid area and whatever. It's like we should all leave Britney alone, just like that meme says, but then also Britney needs to like let people leave her alone. Also, I mean, doesn't Britney just have a bunch of money? Can't she just do whatever the hell she wants? And if I guess what she wants to do is dance on TikTok in a bikini, go nuts. Hey, Lynn, what's happening? Ian, what's up? I'll be in San Diego this weekend for Comic-Con. Hey, is COVID on the rise in San Diego this weekend? Because it will be. I'm pretty sure that like Comic-Con is going to be like a COVID hotbed this year. Last year, Comic-Con was so painful because the strike happened and they started canceling stuff left and right. And so all the fame whores that normally would have been in line for Hall H all the time or in a hall for a panel or whatever were just all in the convention center. And it was hot. So nobody was doing anything outdoors. People were canceling their installations left and right or like dialing everything back. And it was just nothing but people everywhere. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm hoping this year between the lack of writers' strike and the lack of a pandemic, even though it will be a COVID hotbed, I'm hoping that the lack of those two things will make this like the first normal-ish Comic-Con in years. Do I remember Panama Red Weed? No. Oh, thanks, Len. Well, everybody's family's got BS. Because that's what family's for. What is big for this convention? I don't know. Oh my God. Before you got here, I was just explaining how I am so unprepared for Comic-Con. I haven't done anything. Yesterday, I finally got into the exclusives portal to try and like get into the exclusives, which I probably won't get, you know. For the last few years, every time I've done it, I do the max every day of like requesting 12 exclusives. And then I'll get like 2 things for the whole con. So we'll see. Yeah, everyone he's been around has got it. So, you know, friends and family, other officials. Who's been to the White House lately? Didn't we just have somebody come in to visit from... Oh, shit. Do you think he gave it to Zelensky? That would be super awkward if Zelensky got COVID from Biden. Sorry, dude. But we are giving you lots of money. So, you know, have a little COVID too. Yeah, dude, the exclusives portal. I mean, I get it. I get it, right? Because the exclusives portal is still better than the insane lines filled with people that never go away. And I mean, I'm not a morning person, so I am not going to be that person who fucking lines up. You know the eBay sellers that get like the early access. You see them getting disabled person early access and then sprinting to like the Funko booth. And you're just like, wow, really? Really? Nobody is on top of this? Like, come on. But what are you going to do, right? There's always going to be those asshole eBay sellers. Yeah. That is a young people's game. I'm old lady. I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to have some coffee. And then I'm going to saunter downtown. And I may or may not go into the con before lunch because I'm old and tired. All my exclusives, every single one of them happens after like noon. Most of them happen after 1 o'clock. Tracy. Wait, which Tracy is this? Congrats for figuring it out, though. Cheers. Kudos. You know, the thing I'm hearing, and you can maybe tell me, is that the Twitch feed is actually better than the Facebook feed because there's a lot of a delay. You switch from Facebook? Yeah. How's the difference? I'm hearing from people that the Twitch feed is a lot less not just delayed, but not pixelated, but latent, the latency. I'm hearing that there's a lot less latency in the Twitch feed. Ah, okay. Fact. My fact-finding mission has produced 100% better experience through Twitch. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly, Ian. Like, nobody wants to stand in line. I don't know how people do it. I mean, even before, I would walk by and people would literally be camping out in line for Hall H, because they want to see the big, they want to see the A-list stars. And I get it. Like, everybody wants to see an A-list star, but if the trade-off means that I have to spend like all day and night in line waiting, I mean, even if they do manage to like have fun in and out, like trade off, somebody goes and walks while somebody else holds the spot. I'm sure they have like options because people got to pee and stuff, but for the most part they're just hanging out in line. That drives me crazy. One time I camped out for tickets to Pink Floyd, and that was pretty fun, but also I wasn't missing anything while I did it. There wasn't like a whole sci-fi convention of like all the things happening around me in a beautiful city. It was just a cold night in Vacaville where I played Uno with some kids all night and then got front row tickets to Pink Floyd. So that was worth it. But would I have done it if there was like a rock concert happening around me at the same time? No. Nopety nope. Let's see. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, wait. Is that supposed to go there? Yep. That's exactly where that goes. Okay. I got to make sure the station's running on time because that's a big deal to me. I need 420 Floyd to happen 420-ish, Especially Metallica. Lucky for me, I have never had to camp out for Metallica tickets. The first time I saw them was at the Cow Palace, and they had sold out the first night, but then they added the second night, and the second night didn't sell out. So we were able to just walk in and get tickets, and it was all general admission. So it didn't matter what kind of tickets we got. And then after that, I don't think I saw. I think I was either on the guest list or working for Ticketmaster. It wasn't Ticketmaster at the time. I was working for Bass Tickets, or I was working for BGP or whoever. So I always was able to request tickets. I didn't have to get Metallica tickets the old-fashioned way. Hi, it's Simone.
Hello, Nikki.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. Tickets to the Mountain Blue.
I don't know what you just mumbled, but I have a feeling that it was something along the lines of, am I calling too early for the contest? And you know what I'm going to say to that? Listen to the station and you will hear the cue to call.
I don't hear very well sometimes,
Again, I can't.
9 minutes. You said 9 minutes, right?
I probably did.
Probably. Come on.
I don't know, dude. I said it 8.5 minutes ago. So, be listening for the cue to call. If I did say 9 minutes, I said your chance is coming in about 9 minutes. But you still have to listen to the station for the cue to call. So if you were listening to the station, you would know. Well, then why are you calling if you're listening? If you're listening, you know that it's not time to call. In 9 minutes, listen for the cue to call. In 9 minutes, listen to the station for the cue to call.
I am listening to the station. I'm not.
Then don't call. Why are you calling right now, dude? Why are you calling right now? I'm literally on the radio. You can hear my voice on the radio all the time.
I know. I do too. You're my favorite DJ.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If I was really your favorite, you would listen to me on the radio, not call and irritate me before the contest happens. This reduces your odds of winning, right?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh no.
I'm just saying, if you call early, you're not calling when it's time, which means you
Okay.
can't possibly call during the time because you're busy talking to me while the cue to call is happening.
Okay, well then what are you doing? Keep me on the phone.
I could keep you on the phone and then be like, I got to go answer the phone for the actual winner because you're caller -1 and I got to take caller 10.
Oh wow. Okay,
Okay.
you got it.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh. So next time you're like, ha ha ha, I just had to fuck with you. No, you don't. You really don't. Because there are plenty of people out there already fucking with me. No one needs this. Literally no one. Okay. I mentioned I've had a lot of coffee. I've had a lot of coffee today, right? I think it's been about a minute since the queue went out. Has it? No, not yet. Almost. Almost. For anybody new to this, basically what I do is I answer the phone when people try to call early to make sure that they know that they can't cheat on the queue to call. And then I block out the phone lines when the queue to call happens. And then I wait for about a minute so that the queue to call happens in the studio, on the radio, on the stream, and on the app before I start taking winners so that everybody has a chance to be caller 10. Is Hobson here? I don't see him. Did I miss him? All right, here we go, PJ. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 1. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 2. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 3. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 4. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 5. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 6. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 7. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 8. Hi, it's Sabone, your caller 9. Dude, sorry.
All right.
That was close, man. Super close. There you go. There's your caller 9. All right, let's get a caller 10. I'm going to let him sweat it out for a minute. Hi, it's Sabone. Who's this?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Wendy Smith.
Hi, Wendy. How are you today?
Good. Am I calling 10?
You might be. Wendy, have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
No, I haven't.
Are you sure about that? You don't sound so sure.
No, I haven't. I've never won anything, so.
Never, ever.
Ever.
Well, you still haven't, but you have qualified to win a trip to Vegas to see the Smashing Pumpkins. So let me get some information from you, Wendy.
Oh my God, okay.
If you win the trip, we will call you next week and let you know.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah, congratulations and good luck, Wendy.
All right, thank you.
Happy to do it. Cheers.
All right.
Bye. Yay! All right. So for people who don't know, we have a thing in radio that we call prize pigs. And they're people who win all the time. And I'm not sure how they do it, but I think it has something to do with calling in early and catching a DJ who's not paying attention, or the fact that they're just always on it. Like they have some kind of a job or not have a job that lets them listen, and they pay attention to what the rules are of the contest, and they're very on top of it, which is commendable. But also, I like to spread the love to all of our listeners. And if one person is winning every contest, right? So that's why we have the rules that you can only win once every 30 days. And I get really excited when it's somebody who's never won before, because yay, that means I made it so fair that new people are winning. Hey, Mike, you had a busy day in Morgan Hill. What's going on in Morgan Hill? Traffic looks pretty typical. And PJ made it home to Gilroy without complaining, so presumably it's not that bad. Hi. All right. So the thing that happens after we do after the contest, that means I have time to cut a commercial and go to the bathroom. So, oh, hey, Brian Hobson is there. How did you see Brian and I didn't? Did you comment Brian earlier and I missed it or something? You had a COVID comment that I saw that I didn't realize was you, or maybe I did, and then I just brain. Did you? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to jinx myself. You're right. We did have that conversation. I'm sorry. I just went right. We talked about it and then it was like out of my head. But yeah. Hootie and the Blowfish are playing at Shoreline with Collective Soul. I would love to see how many tickets that sold. Like, are people still like actually buying tickets for both of those bands? Like, for real. When is Skin Lab in San Jose? PJ, the guy who was trying to give me concerts for the concert calendar yesterday and only gave me stuff I already had. Do I have Skin Lab on my concert calendar? I gotta go look at it again. I gotta go to the bathroom first though, because I was waiting for the contest first. BRB. Dude. So, hey, Christopher. Brian is not bringing me down for spearmint rhino and drinks. Jesus. Hi, it's Simone.
Hi. Is the contest still going on?
Oh, yeah, no. It only takes me a couple of minutes to get caller 10. So if you haven't been answered for like 5 minutes, then you can figure you can kind of you can give up. Yeah. I basically what I do is I give the cue to call, then I wait about a minute. Then I open all the phone lines, I answer 10 calls, and then I got my winner and I'm out. And then I, go to the bathroom and get some water from the break room. And then I come back and I answer the phone. I have no idea you've been calling this whole time, dude. I feel bad.
But you wait sort of give it a breath and then you start it.
Yeah, because what happens is the cue to call, I hear it in the studio before it goes out over the radio. And then people hear it on the radio before it goes out on the stream. And then it goes out on the stream before it goes to the app. So I wait to make sure that everybody across the board listening has gotten the cue to call before I open the phone lines to take a winner. And then I only answer 10 calls.
Well, there you go. There's the big. I have only one suggestion. It should be caller number 500.
It should be caller what?
Number 500.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. I feel like answering 500 phone calls is way below my pay grade. And we don't have interns, so no. Absolutely not. Sometimes when we do big 49er prizes, we have to take caller 49, and that is the biggest pain in my ass.
Well, I work in the rock and roll field. I used to travel with Lemmy Kilman. I was videographer for Lemmy. I am in the Bay Area now quite a time. Only here about half every year.
Did you know Adam?
I don't believe I know Adam unless it doesn't ring a bell. I worked with Lemmy years ago.
Well, everyone did. He's been dead for like 6 years.
Yeah, I know.
But
you remember the when he came to San Francisco at the
Warfield
Maritime Hall. Yeah. I was with him for 2 different California tours. We did the Maritime Hall one. Boots was running that thing.
Yeah. I remember Boots. I'm pretty sure Adam was his tour manager back then. No?
Right? Yeah. I sort of just knew Lemmy and a couple guys who were working 34.
Oh, okay. So you didn't deal with the tour manager at all?
Not really. No.
Oh, I mostly dealt with the tour manager.
Lemmy actually did a bunch of stuff on his.
Sorry, you cut out. I have no idea what you just said.
Oh, I said Lemmy. I'll let you go. But Lemmy likes to do a lot of stuff, so he likes to be the guy to put it. I didn't like other people do stuff for him sometimes.
Oh, Lemmy liked to do things for himself. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that.
I just worked for Lemmy, and he was a crazy guy. I loved him.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep trying.
Okay, good luck and welcome to the Bay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. I love it when 2 dudes try to like mansplain shit to me that I already know. A lot of times dudes will have like the most barely like teensiest thread of affiliation, or they'll know somebody who knows somebody and they'll pretend that they know that person. And so when you cut right to it with like, oh, but I know a guy. Do you know the guy that I know? Because the guy that I know is guaranteed to be a guy who you should have known if you were the guy who was doing that. Because here's the thing, right? If you're Lemmy's videographer and you're on tour with Lemmy, then You know Lemmy's tour manager because he's the guy that has to give you a pass at every venue that you go to, or he gave you the laminate and the pass at every venue that you go to. So you're working pretty closely with the tour manager if you're Lemmy's videographer. I'm not saying that guy's full of shit. I'm just saying he's not all the way 100% above board on what he's talking about. So yeah, we have no interns. No, we're not allowed anymore. Somebody got sued. The story I got is somebody got sued and now we can't have them, which is a bummer because all of my interns used to have what I consider to be a fantastic experience. They learned a lot and my interns were ready to go when it came to radio. Like every single intern that was under my purview left me completely ready to walk into any job in a radio station, except for general manager or sales, because fuck that. Hi, it's the bone. Yes. What?
Did you give them away?
Oh my God, dude. I wasn't even giving away tickets. I was qualifying people for a trip to Vegas to see Smashing Pumpkins.
How do you qualify?
You have to be caller 10 when you hear the cue to call. I told you this like 10 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago.
And that's about the right time then.
It was about the right time. Did you not call back? Did you not hear the cue to call? Were you not listening to the station when the cue to call happened? Were you too busy irritating me and you missed the cue to call? Oh my God. See, this is the lesson. This is the lesson. You shouldn't call early. You should just listen to the radio station.
I am listening. The deal on my listening on my phone, and then when I tried to call you, it kept it off, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Because if you were listening, you would have heard the cue to call, and then you would have called at the right time.
I was listening to it. I promise you I was.
Well, then how did you miss the cue to call? It happened like 20 minutes ago.
Because I was talking to you, probably.
Exactly. And that's why you should listen to the radio station and not call the radio station until after you hear the cue to call. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
You got it.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Cheers. Welcome to my hell. What was Lemmy like in person? He was very low key. And he had kind of a I don't want to say a mumbly way of talking, but like he didn't say a lot. And then when he did, I couldn't understand him. So I would just stand there and nod. Yeah. 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 I went to Vakken. Let me see if I got these Vakken pictures handy. This shit is nuts. Let's see. Germany. Are they not in this phone? This is mostly Holland and Amsterdam. Why are you calling this Germany? See, this is the thing I don't get about Apple iPhones, right? When you go to search your photos and you geo search for a country, it should pull up everything, right? But sometimes I'll go in and I'll be looking for something and it won't be there. And then 2 days later, the thing I was looking for will pop up in my Facebook memories. And I'm like, I knew it was there. Why is it not in my phone? Aw. I love it when I get a text from the boss and she's listening and she's happy with what I said. That's Chasta. Okay, I got to do a thing for Chasta. Remind me, Vakken pictures. I got them. I know where to find them if they're not in the phone. They're on the Facebook. Aw, somebody texted to say I'm the best. Thank you. It's rare that somebody texts me to say something nice and then says something nice without immediately following up with like, can I have free stuff? So I'm always happy when that happens. Let's see. Ouch. Bad clicks. Okay, there we go. Okay, dunsies. Okay. Wrong thing. Okay. Photos. Facebook just tries to make everything harder, don't they? It's like, yes, I want to see my photos. Where are my albums? Where is my shit? Come on. God, how long ago was it? There we go. Okay. I went to the Wacken Festival with this guy. Like, how intense is that? So this guy was like a mega Motorhead fan, but also he was friends with Lemmy. So we kind of got to I ended up being on stage during Motorhead. Let me see if I can find those photos. There you go. So I was this far away from Mickey D in 2009 on stage at Wacken for Motorhead. God, these pictures are dark. I think this was my BlackBerry. I think that's the phone that I had at the time. There's Lemmy. I don't know if you can see this. This is the set list. It was very cool. These are all on the Nikki Blakk Facebook page, but I think you have to go to the old Facebook page to find them. I don't know if they're on the one that I use now. So then afterwards, this is us like in Motorhead's dressing room. Motorhead left early, but they were like, yeah, you guys can have whatever's left. That's the front of that guy with the Motorhead tattoo on the back of him. And these are his friends. You can see they had like Motorhead lammies. I didn't get a laminate from Motorhead. They escorted me that night, and then I ended up getting like a wristband from Machine Head the next day. This was cool. Backstage at Vakken, they have a giant campfire, and everybody just kind of hangs out backstage around the campfire. It was super duper. Who else played that night? Oh, this is In Flames. They played that night too. So there's, see if you can see it better. Dude from In Flames. I guess I didn't get any crowd shots. Did I not? It was tough because from where I was, there was like rigging in the way. So it was like, it's like Lemmy's right there, but he's behind this rigging stuff. I was like basically sitting in the rafters of the stage. So that was cool. So when you're a dude who calls me and thinks I'll be impressed that like you worked for Lemmy once, I will not. I will actually push back to see if you really did work for Lemmy or if you're just talking some shit to a DJ that you just happened to call. Because I know a guy. So many emails. Good news, though. We're making progress on my interview with Kerry King next month. So I think I will get to sit down with him at the Forum in LA. That will be super duper. Fingers crossed. Did I miss comments? Did anybody have questions that I missed? Oh, hey, Jacob. The chat room is basically just the comments on Twitch. Kevin Wayne Carr. Is that Kevin Carr that I used to hang out with at Sticks in Vacaville, or is that a different Kevin Carr? Because I did know a Kevin Carr back in the 90s. But I can't tell from that tiny photo if that's who you are or not. What's up, PJ? What are you saying hey for? You saw Smashing Pumpkins and Garbage at the Cow Palace. You know, I'm not a Smashing Pumpkins fan. I'll be honest. I saw them at Lollapalooza and I thought they stunk up the joint. They were absolutely terrible, and I have never had a desire to see them since. Do I need you to hold the camera? No. As a matter of fact, part of my negotiations for interview in this, well, not negotiations, but part of the discussion was me sending her the setup that I'll be using, and it's got its own tripod. So you've been replaced by a hunk of plastic. Love Garbage, dude. Oh, Garbage is the shit. Oh, man. Shirley Manson. Love her. I worked a bunch of Garbage shows at the Warfield. I actually hung out a bunch with Butch Vig before I knew who Butch Vig was. And then afterwards, somebody was like, do you know who that guy is? And I was like, he's Butch. He's fucking badass. And they're like, no, he's like produced Nirvana badass. And I was like, shut up. And then I Googled it and it was true. And I was like, oh, really? This was like in 02 or something. Garbage at the Warfield, 02, 03, or 04, or 05. It's in the aughts. They're all a blur. .1077 The Bone and the Eagles with Heartache tonight. I'm Nikki Blakk, and there's no heartaches if you were worried about getting tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere. They just extended their residency again. Now they're going to be playing into January, but only on the weekends because, you know, they wanted to make sure that we were going to be paying top dollar for the hotel when we go to see them. You know, I can't resist rolling the doobies on 1077 The Bone. Speaking of Nirvana. Oh, you know what? I think I said I was going to give away the Pat Benatar tickets in the 5 o'clock hour earlier. Did I say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock? Does anybody remember when I said I was giving away Pat Benatar tickets? Because I have in my notes 4 o'clock, but I think I might have said 5 o'clock. Oh, well. If you're listening, you got a chance to win. And if you're not, you don't. Hey, Edwin. You want me to be a guest on your YouTube channel? All right. Send me an email. Go for 5. I kind of want to knock it out of the way so that I don't have to worry about it later. Oh, well, Jacob, I'm on Twitch now. I'm on all 3 right now. So you can do any of them. And I can, I get all the comments to all 3 services right now on StreamYard. So I think that the difference is just that fewer people are on the Twitch stream. Right? Like Tracy switched over to Twitch and said it was better. Kevin popped over to Twitch. I forgot to ask him if it was better. I can see you on Twitch. I'll add me. Curious if Twitch is better than the YouTube feed. But yeah, my whole goal here is to type less. So PJ, you can't find me on Facebook? Go to facebook.com/Nikki Blakk Official. That's where the page is. I know, right? I'm trying to monetize my shit across the board, yo. But, it's a whole thing, right? I have to have achievements everywhere. And so I'll just tell you right now, I have to have another 700 watch hours on YouTube. I have to have another 30 followers on Twitch. Plus, I have to have 5 people chatting at one time on Twitch. So those are the 2 things I need from Twitch. Let me double check the YouTube. I think there might be something else. Facebook is apparently monetized in a way that allows me to get bonused by Facebook. And I really don't know what that means. And I haven't even tapped into the live on Instagram yet, but I probably should because Instagram, I don't know what the fuck they want from me. Let's see. Instagram, because Meta forced me into professional accounts. Like, I didn't even want to do professional accounts. Oh, so Jacob, you prefer the YouTube feed to the Twitch feed? Is that because you can't see the comments because people aren't commenting as much on Twitch as they are on Facebook and on YouTube? Because that is, I think, what the struggle is at this point, right? The struggle is getting people who are already on Twitch to either come to my channel or people who are watching my channel on Instagram or Facebook to come over to Twitch if they have Twitch. But then the thing is, I can see everybody's comments, but you can only see the Twitch comments. And if there's nobody on Twitch, then there's no comments to see. And then you just get me talking. Basically, you're talking to me. And then then that makes it look like that doesn't give me the 5 people in the chat that I need for the achievement, right? It is frustrating. What am I doing later tonight? I am packing for Comic-Con. You're taking Bart to the Facebook Live? You like the Facebook Live? People were just saying the Facebook Live is too much delay, too much latency. Let's see. So Instagram sent me into a professional account when I didn't even want one. Same thing with Facebook. Meta was like, "You're a professional now. Buy our ads," and then started suppressing me in news feeds. You could immediately see, like, I used to reach 50,000 people a week. Now I reach 15. That's how much Facebook is suppressing my reach. Crazy, right? Yeah, Comic-Con is going to be so fun. I'm super excited. You have 5G cellular, YouTube works better. Well, I don't know. Maybe because Google owns Pixel and Google owns YouTube, maybe they're throttling your access to the other platforms. I'm not usually the conspiracy buff, but I do notice that every time a new iPhone comes out, mine slows down and gets worse on the battery. My battery used to last for 2 days on this iPhone, and now it doesn't get all the way through a day. I mean, it does get all the way through a day, but only if I don't use it a ton. Like when I was at Bottle Rock, I was running out of battery. By the time I would have to start like at Bottle Rock, I was having to put my phone in airplane mode to keep it to have enough battery to get through the whole day. Do I have time? What do I have time for? I got to look up something. Something Nirvana-y-ish. Nope, that is not what I was looking for. Oh, Billboard has a paywall now? Rude. "1077 The Bone and Nirvana with Lithium." I'm Nikki Blakk, and it looks like Nirvana and Marc Jacobs are finally going to bury the hatchet. The Marc Jacobs fashion house put out a grunge line during which they ripped off the Nirvana happy face logo. And they've been in litigation for literal years now, and they have just this week signaled their desire for settlement, which I think means that neither one wants to give up, but the legal bills have actually probably gotten way out of hand, and they're just going to cut their losses on both sides. Hey, you don't have to cut your losses. If you stick around for like, I don't know, 9 minutes, you're going to have a chance to win tickets to see Pat Benatar at San Jose Civic on 1077 The Bone. All right. Where were we? Facebook let you be found by your people. Okay. Cool. Jacob, you have the weirdest humble brags, just FYI. Hey Tracy, good to know. Your phone is doing it to you, huh? You know, you're not the only one. My friend Brian Hobson, who is apparently on BART right now, headed to the Rolling Stones, he was having connection issues with Twitch. But also I think it was because he was on his phone and he was in an area where it wasn't awesome. You know, I think if you're on the phone, but the phone is on Wi-Fi, then you're going to have a good Twitch experience. But I think if you're on your, what's the word I'm looking for? Data. If you're using data and not Wi-Fi, I think the phones have trouble depending on the service in the area you are. Let's see. Rob, you like how Lamont and Snelly and Sully are behind me like the proverbial angel and devil on my shoulder? Are they? What? Oh, okay. Well, oh, you mean that the LNT poster over there, not the Lamont stand-up, not that one, but that one. So you're talking about this one, not this one. You know, honestly, Lamont Snelly and I don't get to see each other a lot because they're gone before I get here, and there's no way I'm coming in early because I'm never early for nothing. MC something. I don't know what that was. That was, I think you sat on a keyboard, buddy. Somebody sat on their keyboard. You want to hear Them Bones by Alice in Chains. Okay. Don't we all? As Jim Carrey said to his interviewer at the time of Sonic the Hedgehog, you got to own it. I didn't see Sonic the Hedgehog, so I am not sure what you mean. Okay. Well, I think you get a pretty fair share of me being on this live stream every day. Let me know if you feel like you're being shirked with your Nikki Blakk exposure that you get for free. Don't listen to Hobson, PJ. I did not block anyone on my main page. In fact, I am famous for never blocking anyone, no matter how obnoxious they are. I don't know if anybody remembers way back, but an old friend of mine named Pat, who I used to work with at the Fillmore, went like full MAGA crazy pants, super psycho conservative. And he went through this phase for like months, years really, where he was just like Mr. Angry Conservative on every single one of my posts. And I was like, well, here's why you're wrong, motherfucker. And I just started getting really fucking irritated, you know? Like, I was like, listen, I don't need to be nice to you anymore because you're coming to my shit every fucking day and you're just spewing lies and hate from your crazy conservative points of view that you think are so fucking right. But here's the facts, bitches. What? That it was nuts. And I didn't block him, like, ever. And he eventually just stopped. I think he blocked me finally. Because I haven't seen hide nor hair of him for a good 6 months now, and I'm not mad at that at all. I'm tired of arguing with people on Facebook, especially when they don't bother to like do the homework. You know, don't fucking tell me what you think something is if you haven't looked it up, because if I got to look that shit up and prove you wrong, I'm already irritated. Ooh, what did I just get? A Comic-Con email. Comic-Con International merchandise, something. Is this my exclusives portal? No, because that's still open through tomorrow, I think. Oh yeah, Sully had the best laugh. It was funny when Sully left. Lamont had his laugh on recorded so many times. We used to tease him about. We used to joke about how, like, when Sully was out, we were just going to use like a you know how those what were those button bars things called? You know, they had one for Charlie Sheen. It would be like a series of buttons, and each one would have like a catchphrase from the person. And we were like, we should just make one of those for Sully so that you could pretend he's in the studio with you. But yeah, they never did that. They were too lazy. No, I not soundbite, but there was a there used to be this thing that people could make that had like 9 9 buttons on it, and each button would be a different soundbite from someone. And I can't remember what those things were called, but there was a thing like that. It was really popular around the time that Charlie Sheen was doing his Tiger Blood thing, and everybody had the Charlie Sheen one, and they would try to fake conversations with him. Which reminds me, I gotta record this cue to call. One sec. Sorry, my timing is off a little bit. I need to make some adjustments. You'll thank me in advance for my professionalism. I am not that professional, just FYI. Your occupation is parallel to the music industry because you know the director of security for Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip biz. So no, that's not the same thing. So I'm making you look good on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Well, I'm not sure how I'm doing that, but kudos to you, sir. But yeah, Elon Musk is not the entertainment industry. He is a CEO of Tesla, and he is the architect of doom for Twitter. And also, just because you know him doesn't mean you work with him. It's networking is not the same as experience. Oh, I guess I am professional. Soundgarden Black Hole Sun. Yeah, no, not happening today. Sorry, bruh. Tis not. What is happening today? Oh, did PJ bail? Because we have another caller 9 coming up and he's going to miss it. And I need to move this song out of the way. Let's see. A lot of Ozzy today. I'm not mad at it, but it's a lot of Ozzy. Wait a second. Hold on here. Nope, I didn't want that there. That's going to have to go there. You're going to have to go there. Something's going to have to go away. I think it's going to have to be you. I don't know. Cinderella. Don't know what you got till it's gone. What do you think? Keep it, dump it. Tough call. All right. I'm going to keep it. All right. How's my timing? Are we better? Why do I still have a commercial out of date? Commercials are the most important thing in radio. They pay the bills. I kept the Cinderella. I dumped a Bob Seger. I feel like we have too much Seger lately. I'm done. I'm good, right? Yeah. I mean, we'll never have Cinderella again, but Tom Kiefer solo we can still get. Although I wonder, you know, I mean, after Jeff LaBar died, I feel like they will never do Cinderella again. But also, Fred Coury is still alive. Tom Kiefer is still touring. I wonder if Tom and Fred would get together and call it Cinderella. I don't think they would. I don't think Tom would go for that. I don't know. I don't pretend to know Tom that well. You know, I've worked with him a bunch of times on the Monsters of Rock cruise, but we've never like sat down and talked. I kind of had dinner with him one night, but I was also like letting other people ask him the questions because that's what a good host does. It is still out of date. I'm going to have to go check on that, but I don't have time to check on it right now because I have a contest coming up for Pat Benatar tickets. Did you? Oh, no, you didn't just hear the cue to call, Justine. What you heard was me saying that the cue to call is coming up in like 9 minutes-ish. And I said that, a full 4 minutes ago. There's no way the stream is 4 minutes behind. I can't wait 4 minutes. Oh, wait a minute, Justine. Here's the thing, though. Did you at any point pause the stream? Because this will fuck you every time. So I should have like an NSFW on this because I curse like a sailor. So here's what happens is if you're listening to the stream and you pause the stream, like say you get a phone call or somebody comes in the room or whatever, and you pause it, you will pause it in time as well. So that when you hit play again, it doesn't catch you up. It starts from the point where you paused it. So if you paused it for like 2-3 minutes and then started it again, you're going to be behind the cue to call. So you need to log out and log back in or refresh your screen so that you're back in real time if you want the cue to call to happen, which you can still do right now because it hasn't happened yet. What you heard was the warning. That's why you didn't pause it at all. Interesting. I don't know. You're on the other coast. Oh, yeah, no, you can't call. You're not eligible. So you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. But we might have to do an experiment to find out how far behind the cue to calls are on the app or on their stream. I wonder. I mean, that's the main reason for people who really want to win. I try to tell them, listen, if you're listening on the stream, I almost always give like a heads up that the cue to call is coming. And when that happens, you should know that that's your cue to refresh your screen or log out and back into the app so that you're in real time. And I think the reason that the app and the stream are like a minute behind is because when you log in, you're considered logged in, but you're actually not logged in. You're logged in, but you're listening to those ads that happen first. And those ads that happen first are like 30 seconds or a minute long. So I think that it brings you into the stream, but then it pauses your stream so that it can play a couple of ads for you. And then it automatically puts you like 30 seconds to a minute behind because of those ads. That's my theory. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what it is. But yeah, no, the cue to call hasn't happened yet for anybody trying to win Pat Benatar tickets that does live in the area. Maybe it'll update my Twitch achievements afterwards. because I got emails that I got new followers on Twitch, but then but they're not showing up in my numbers. It still says I need 30 more followers on Twitch, and I still need to get 5 people chatting at the same time, and I have only had 4 people chatting at the same time. Jesus, it just seems so silly. Okay, what was this Comic-Con email? Get your official 2024 merchandise. Click below to check out just a few of our many new designs for 2024 to help you celebrate Comic-Con. No. I don't want any of that stuff. Nah. The one thing I get at Comic-Con that I don't do anywhere else is enamel pins. I always get like enamel pins every year and I put them on my lanyard. And I spend a stupid amount of money doing it because those pins are like $15 each, sometimes more. I don't know. It just makes me happy. It's my flair, you know? Never in my life was I forced to wear flair, so I don't have anything against it. And I go to Comic-Con and I buy a bunch of flair. You wish Tom Petty was here. We all do, my friend. We all do. Quiet Riot? What? Girl, I played Quiet Riot a long time ago. You're living last hour. When did I play Quiet Riot? I played Quiet Riot so long ago, I don't even see it. Like I can go all the way back, but I have this contest coming up. I don't want to go too far. Okay, let's see. Nirvana, Boston, Doobie Brothers, Eagles, Pink Floyd, commercials, Foo Fighters, Queen, Sammy Hagar, Aerosmith, The Cars, Journey, commercials. Yeah, I don't. Okay, is this okay? I have no idea how far back you are on the stream because I have not played Quiet Riot in at least an hour. I'm shook. I am shook by this information. Okay, here comes the actual cue to call. It's happening now. Oh, now you hear Rock You Like a Hurricane. Oh, I wonder if it was a filler song because here's another thing that happens. We definitely have like 5-ish, 6 minutes of commercials on the on-air product, but I don't think we have as many commercials on the streaming product. So I'll bet you get extra songs on the stream that it just randomly puts in there. And that's where that Quiet Riot thing came from. Because you're hearing Rock You Like a Hurricane right now, which is the song that just ended. Right? And now I've got Europe playing. But I already blanked out the phone lines and I'm waiting for about a minute. Interesting. Justin, it was at 2:30 when I played Quiet Riot. There you go. I knew it seemed really long ago. I could look at the paper, but I move the songs around so much that the paper's almost worthless at that point. Are you getting Europe right now? Or are you getting, are you still getting Scorpions? All right. It's time for it's caller 9 time. Where's PJ? Not even here for it. Slacker. Hi, it's the Bone. Your caller 1. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 2. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 3. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 4. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 5. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 6. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 7. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 8. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 9. Sorry, dude. So close. Caller 9 didn't give up. All right, let's see. Hi, it's the bone. Who's this?
Hi, this is Michael.
Hi, Michael. How are you today?
I'm very good, Nikki. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Michael, have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
I have not.
You have not. Okay, I might be able to fix that. Michael, what's your last name?
It's Brooke. B-R-O-K. Sorry, there's a horrible echo in this line, but
I don't hear it. Maybe it's
Brooke.
you don't have your radio up, do you?
Yeah, no, I don't. I went to another room.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. As long as it's not bugging you, it's just echoing in my ear.
I'm spelling your name wrong right now. 1 second. Okay, you said
Yeah,
Michael
no
Brooke, B-R-O-O-K?
You got it.
The show is going to be August 10th. Your tickets are going to be emailed to you. So keep an eye on your spam filter because that's where you're going to find them.
Okay.
It almost always goes to spam filter. As soon as you see the email come from us, we need you to open it up, click the link inside to accept the tickets, and then they'll be delivered to you in another email. Have you done online tickets, the phone tickets?
I haven't done anything through the phone, but yeah, I've gotten online tickets through other stuff, so I'm assuming I'll be able to now.
Yeah, you got like a Ticketmaster account or a Live Nation account. That'll make it easier.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. That should be how the tickets will be delivered. So just keep an eye on your spam filter and your emails. They should be coming to you anytime in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Appreciate it, Nikki. I've never gotten through really before, so I got lucky today.
I love it. I am all excited for the first time winners. I'm doing a happy dance right now.
Okay.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that Pat Benatar like chesty dance that she does in Love is a Battlefield.
Yeah. There you go.
Super happy for you, Michael. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Too much coffee. Can I play Funnel by Switchblade Symphony? No. That would be cool though. I used to love that band. I still do. I have one online radio station that I listen to, and it's a Susie and the Banshees Pandora that I started back when I was doing voiceovers for Pandora. And I noticed that even the Pandora station that has access to like everything still plays the same fucking songs over and over. So I started like tweaking it and I added Switchblade Symphony. But now it just plays the same Switchblade Symphony songs over and over. Yeah. You think so? You think their guitar work is great? Switchblade Symphony? Huh. I gotta be honest, I only saw them a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times in the 90s. Because they played Terminator a bunch and Bonnage Go-Go. And I used to go there all the time. I don't remember a lot about them. Alcohol may have been involved. Oh, no. I remember the band. I know how they sound. Like I said, I have them in that one station that I listen to. But I don't remember live much about them. I just remember the singer. I don't remember any real impression being made on me by the guitar player. That's all I mean. Maybe he's the next fucking Twiggy for all we know. Twiggy played bass. No. Who's the guitar player for the With Teeth album with 9 Inch Nails? Because that With Teeth album has great guitar work on it. That 9 Inch Nails one, that's one of my favorites. I worked those shows at the Warfield. And Twiggy was like hanging out a lot. So that's why he's like stuck in my head. But funny, I remember the guitar work from the album, but I don't remember the guitarist from the show. Memory's a funny thing. I got to go check with somebody about this commercial that's not turning up, though. Huh. It's still out of date. Oh, but I got to do this real quick, too. "107.7 The Bone" and Bruce Springsteen with "Dancing in the Dark." I'm Nikki Blakk, and Bruce Springsteen, I always thought was kind of a crossover artist, but I am incorrect because Bruce is just now about to have his very first country album hit because I think Zach Bryan did a cover song of his. Yeah, I'm shocked too. I would have expected country to have embraced Bruce Springsteen a long time ago, but here we are. It's Joan Jett on 107.7 The Bone. All right. It's 5 o'clock. The people I need to talk to are probably still not here, huh? They go home early is what I'm saying. BRB. Nope, they're gone. Now I have to send an email. Because, I hate to send emails on account of the repetitive motion thing. It's better if I can call. I mean, just walk in to their office and be like, "Hey, hi, it's the Bone.
Sit down. Sit me down. Am I here?
What?
Am I the 10th?
Oh, no, you're like the 10,000th, dude. It only takes me a couple of minutes to get 10 calls.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting me know. Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you know, what happens is I do the queue to call. I wait about a minute after I've done it. Then I open the phone lines and I take 10 callers. So the whole thing takes about 5 minutes. So try really hard for a good 5 minutes. But if it's been more than 5, you could probably relax your dial-in finger.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the update.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers, man.
All right.
Good luck next time.
Go boom.
Okay. Oh my God, fuck off. We have this really like forceful spell check on our email system. And it goes, I don't recognize this word. And then it pops up a pop-up. And it's like, these are the words you might want to use. And I'm like, I know the word I want to use. Get the fuck out of my way and let me type the word I want to use, but it won't. You got to find the little menu item that means ignore all, which is, you got to hover over each one until you figure out which one it is and then get rid of the box and then make the spelling correction. This was really irritating when I was trying to email about Chrisune and deicide yesterday. And it was like, this is not how you do this. And I'm like, it is. Stop. Just stop. All right. I have sent the email. We'll see what happens. All right. Are we back on time? Whoa. 10. No, I need like 3 more minutes up there. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Give me that. No, give me that one. Oh, that is still a bit long. Shoot. Do I go 2 minutes late or 2 minutes early? Or do I find a 2-minute song? Is there a 2-minute song? There might be. But then it's got to be Bad Moon Rising, which I'm not fond of, but I guess I could do it. All right, let's do the 2-minute song. Hold on. Back on time. Okay. Robin Fink? Maybe. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I would have to Google it. I honestly have no idea. I used to know this guy named Keith. He used to be an engineer for 9 Inch Nails. He had to move from San Francisco to New Orleans to work for him because that's where Trent lived and has the studio. And one time when I went to New Orleans in the 90s, he was like, yeah, you can stay at my place. And I went out there to Jazz Fest and stuff. And then he couldn't leave the studio. Like they were in the studio 24 hours a day. And I was like, hey, buddy, I got no place to stay until you give me the keys. And this was the 90s, right? So there's no cell phones. I'm literally like texting him, not texting, but paging him, and waiting for him to call back. And it was this crazy, like me just making friends on the spot. I had one other friend that was out there, and it was like me and my friend Rob, and Rob had a rental car. So Rob and I were like living out of his rental car and just making friends with people who were also at Jazz Fest that had hotel rooms, and crashing on like random people's hotel room floors that would let us, until Keith finally turned up with the key. But it was like days. I was like homeless in New Orleans for days for Jazz Fest until he brought me that key. And it was funny because these people were like, listen, man, your friend is going to have to, like, because my buddy Rob had like drugs. So they were like, you can stay with all your drugs, but your friend, she's going to have to either kick in some cash or GTFO. And I was like, I swear to God, I have a place to stay. I just have to meet up with my friend. He works for 9 Inch Nails. They're recording right now. He can't get out of the studio. It's been a whole thing. And they were like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. And they totally thought I was lying. And finally, because I'm paging him every day from these people's hotel room or hotel lobby, and asking him to and giving him the number to the hotel lobby. And he finally calls and he goes, I'm coming. Don't leave. So I'm like hanging out in the lobby, and they're like, oh, your friend is going to come get you. Right. Sure. Uh-huh. And I'm like, he is. It's fine. You guys don't have to stay. I got my bag. I'm all packed. It's fine. Like, whatever. And they were like, oh no, we want to meet him. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I'm sitting in the hotel lobby, and they're like, huh. I mean, these guys were being assholes. They were being so nice when they wanted us to come stay with them because my buddy Rob had all the drugs. And then all of a sudden they were like, we need to get rid of her. And I'm looking at Rob and I'm like, dude. And he's like, I'm not going to leave you. He goes, if they kick you out, I'm leaving too. And I'm taking my drugs with me, and go fuck them. And I was like, thank you. Solidarity, bro. And finally, Keith turns up, and he comes into the lobby, and he comes running to me, and he's like literally down on his knees. He's like, I'm so happy to see you. I am so sorry. He's like, Trent would not let me out of the studio at all. It's been nuts. He's like, I feel like I literally haven't slept for 3 days. And what sleep I did get was on a couch at the studio. He's like, I haven't even been home. I'm sorry if the place is a wreck. I'm so sorry. He's like, I wish I could take you there right now, but I have to go right back. He's like, I told him I was popping out to like pick up dinner. And so I got to swing by and grab some food that I just called in. And he's like, here's the keys. The place is yours. Enjoy. Love you. See you later. And he ran out. And I looked at them all and I was like, I told you. And it turned out his place was gorgeous. I had no idea. It was this big, beautiful place. Upstairs, it had like the balcony and the breezeway. It was like 2-3 blocks outside the French Quarter, like towards the cemeteries. I mean, it was amazing. And I had the whole place to myself. It was gorgeous. And I was like, oh, don't you wish you could come stay with me now? I don't know why people always think I'm making stuff up. Go figure. You're taking Bart all the way to Santa Clara? I didn't know Bart went to Santa Clara. I thought it stopped in Fremont. They've extended it all the way to Santa Clara? How did we get it to Santa Clara and we can't get Bart to San Jose? I mean, what the hell? Yeah, I hope you like the CCR, Justine, because I had to pop it in there to make sure we were on time. It was the only 2-minute song I had in the list today. It's not my favorite thing. Yeah, so that's my 2 degrees of separation from Trent Reznor. I mean, I did meet him technically on the With Teeth tour when they did the Warfield for a couple, was it 2 or 3 nights? I don't remember much though. I didn't really like talk to him. We just kind of were there at the same time. I remember he had these like energy bars that we had to find that were really hard to find. We had to go deep in the Castro to like the GNC Castro, but not the GNC, but like the GNC, the Castro version of the GNC, which was also a GNC. There was a GNC in the Castro, but I think we had to go to like the muscle something store to find these special protein bars that, because he was all like jacked up at that point. Super into protein bars for whatever reason. Am I going to play the Rolling Stones? Sure. Did I not already? I feel like I did. Yeah, stones are coming up. Don't sweat. Do you like their film scores? I'm not mad at their film scores, but I feel like they came out of the gate strong and then got a little repetitive, you know? Is that just me? I feel like their early scores are their best work, and then they just kind of started shitting them out. Unpopular opinion? Possibly. Milpitas is where the BART line stops, and then you have to take you hop on another transit. Is that one of those trains? Do you hop on one of those like light rail trains? Is that what it is? You BART to Milpitas, and then you get on light rail, and then light rail takes you to the stadium. Those light rail trains are like sardine cans when you get to the stadium, from what I've seen. Moody, like Rhythm Devil score for Apocalypse Now. I will be honest, I have not seen Apocalypse Now for like 20 years. I barely remember it. The only thing I really remember is the clips that you keep seeing over and over again. Aw, thanks, Brian. Glad you like the stories. I need somebody to say something that like triggers a story, and then I'll remember it, you know? Like, I'm not just sitting here thinking, oh, I'm going to tell the story about that time in the 90s when I was at Jazz Fest. Homeless at Jazz Fest. It was still fun, though, you know? I remember I met this chick. Her name was Jane Weiner, and we became friends after that. She lived in New York. I went to visit her in New York, too. I lost touch with her, though, sometime around the AOL days. If anybody knows Jane Weiner from New York, tell her to get in touch with me, because I would love to catch up. I also want to go to New York again. God, I love New York. You know what's funny is it was like 30 years ago, and I remember Jane was like, I have $40,000 in a savings account for when I turn 50. Might have even been 40. She was going to get liposuction. And I was like, if you've got that much money, why don't you just diet? And she was like, it's going to be my gift to myself. And I was like, okay, if that's what you want, but that's a lot of money. Valley Transit, is that the name of the light rail, Valley Transit? I'm pretty sure it's a light rail train. Yeah, the Stones are going to be super fun. You're going to love it, but I'm not going to do it. No one has called to offer me tickets. Nope, they have not. So, yeah. But like I said, I am very happy having seen them in May. The show was fantastic, and I don't think it's going to get any better. Plus, like I said, I got to pack for Comic-Con tonight. Because if I pack tonight, I still have that last minute, oh shit, I got to wash that opportunity. Okay. It's the Stone Temple Pilots on 107.7 The Bone with Plush. I'm Nikki Blakk, and STP are going to help us celebrate 35 years of L&T. That's right. Lamont and Snelly have been rocking the mornings in the Bay for 35 years, and we're going to celebrate with a big fat ball. The Lamont and Snelly ball is going to be at the Toyota Pavilion in Concord on Friday night, August 16th. We've got STP live and Our Lady Peace. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com, and the whole Bonehead family is going to be there. Ooh, gosh, that is too long. Where are we now? Oh, You never get a 3-minute song when you want a 3-minute song. And then when you want a 5-minute song, you got nothing but 3-minute songs. Still like 1 minute over. I don't know. How's that going to be? All right. It'll be fine. Oh. Where is that script? If you had $50,000 to your name at 18, you probably weren't doing too badly because most 18-year-olds have $50 to their name. And that's it. Next time you have $50,000 to your name, invest in mutual funds. If I'd had $50,000 to my name when I was 18, I could have put a down payment on a house. Okay, I know I have a script in here somewhere. Where is it? Script. There it is. Haha. What? Oh. People text us the dumbest shit sometimes. Apparently, Craigula Cicero is selling his Stones tickets for tonight. All right, that is not important. If you had 50K right now, you'd pay off your wife's car and get a financial advisor for the rest. That's not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, financial advice from Nikki Blakk. I went to like way back in the 90s. I lent my credit card to a roommate and he charged like $500 on it. And he was making the payments. He needed to order something via online, which was brand new at the time. And he needed a credit card to do it and he didn't have any. So he borrowed my credit card and he was my roommate. So I figured I know where to find him. He's been paying rent on time. Why would I think twice about this, right? Big mistake. So he made like a handful of payments and then he like up and moved out and disappeared. and I was stuck with what was basically $500 on my account. And this is back in, like 1994 or something. So I'm making, $6.50 an hour or some shit like that. And I'm barely making ends meet. And now I got to start paying for this guy's debt. And it was at like 20% on this credit card. It was crazy. It took me years to pay it off. Years. And it wasn't even my credit card debt, and I had gotten fired in 93 from the record store. And then in 94, I was working at a pool hall, like waitressing. And then at the end of 94, I quit the pool hall because they were opening this new country bar in town that was supposed to be all the rage and everybody's going to be making fat tips and they were going to hire me to be a full bartender. Whereas at the pool hall, I was only a beer and wine and a cappuccino bartender. And, so anyway, I quit the pool hall to go to work at that place. And then that place woefully overhired. And I hung on through like several series of layoffs, but eventually I got laid off and then I had fuck all to my name. But I was living on my savings for a few months. So I ended up, plus I had a car payment, which made me crazy. Everything just was like happening all at once. And I got fired on my birthday too. How rough is that? It was like my 22nd birthday and I was getting shit canned from a shitty country bar in Vacaville. Anywho, long story short, all that happened. I fucking clawed my way out of it at like $6 an hour because I got hired at Bass Tickets. And I had to commute from Vacaville to Concord to work at Bass Tickets for $6 an hour. And I was working 6 days a week and I was working 8:30 to 5:30. So I had to be at the place signed into the phones at 8:30 a.m. And then you got like a 30-minute lunch and then I was off at 5:30. You couldn't request days off. You told them what days you could work in the very beginning and then your schedule was on them and you found out on Thursday what your schedule was for the following Sunday. It was pretty fucked up. But I sucked it up and I did it and I made it through my 3-month probationary period. And then I got promoted to the customer service area, which was like a 50-cent bump in salary. So I was making like $6.50 an hour. And then I did my 100 days in customer service probationary period. And then I got promoted to the tech department where I was finally making like $7 an hour, maybe. I think I was making like $6.95. Honestly, I don't think I was making a full $7, but I can't remember. And I had every single expense down to the penny for the year because I was trying to pay off that credit card. Plus, I had eradicated my savings when I didn't have a job earlier in the year. And I still had the car payments and the rent and all the other business, right? Plus I'm commuting now and I'm commuting in a Camaro. So I have to get the oil changes and all the toll bridge, all the shit, right? So I'm trying to like get all my shit cleared. Finally, I got promoted again. And then I was making a whopping $9.35 an hour, which was like fucking feeling rich all of a sudden. That was probably within a year, 6 months, something like that. So then that promotion came with a car, which was awesome because I didn't have to spend any money on commuting anymore. And then finally, in 1996, I paid off all that shit that had happened in 1994, from 1993 to 1994. I paid that shit off must have been 97 because I got the promotion in 96. So I think by 97, I had paid it all off. I paid the car off. I paid the credit cards off. I had money in the bank again. And then I decided never again. Never, ever, ever, ever again. And ever since then, I have always paid off my credit cards at the end of every month. Everybody's first riff was Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. Unless it was Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. But for the most part, Smoke on the Water is everybody's first riff. Hey, Dan, which photo was I showing? Remind me. Because, yeah, I probably already did. Was it the Motorhead stuff from the Wacken Festival? Was that it? You worked at AM/PM in college? Robberies, Jesus. Nope. I remember when I lost the waitress gig and I was like looking for anything because I had rent coming due, and I looked at the tomato thing. Oh, I never did find that. Let me try again. The yeah, AM/PM was always hiring for the night person to live in that box. And because I had been working bar hours, I was like, I can handle that, right? And then every single person in my life was like, no, we will pay you not to do that job. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll hold out for a minute and see if I can get something better. But that's what happens when you got nothing but a high school diploma and some spotty work experience in retail, especially in like the 90s when everything was still in recession, Yeah, where would that tomato thing be? I looked under San Diego and I didn't find it, but I think it's all right. Let's see. It says 872 photos in the San Diego area. Most of them are Comic-Con. And I know it wasn't last year, so that must be what this is last year. Oh, that's still last year. Oh, man. I just realized all the shirts I was going to pack for this year are the same shirts I wore last year to Comic-Con, so I'm going to have to come up with something new. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh my God, does anybody remember that Carnival Row show? They had a Comic-Con installation where you could be a fairy. So I dressed like a Carnival Row fairy for a minute. I forgot about that. See, now that's where the tomato pictures should be, is like around here. This is a funny story. This chick has the same name as my friend's daughter, and my friend said her daughter was at Comic-Con, and I thought this was her. And so I went and introduced myself, and we like hit it off and hung out and started talking and like followed each other on Instagram for like a year. And then the next year, we realized she wasn't my friend's daughter. She was just like some rando, and we both just like started talking, and we're still cool now. Like I see her every year now. But yeah, that was weird. Let's see. I'm guessing Exodus played one year at Comic-Con, because that's got to be what this is. Yeah, I guess I am social. Who knew? Because I also avoid being social when I can. I'm one extreme or the other. It depends. Let's see. Oh. Smells like Gelfling. They did a dark crystal installation. I'm going to find everything except for the tomato photos. Right? Here's Disenchanted. Endless Star Wars photos. Um, Ah! Is this it? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I don't know if you can see, but like, there's the tomato. This is the jaws coming at you from Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I thought I took a picture with the guy. See, and if I feel like that's not even all my photos, because I can tell that that photo was like filtered from being posted, but there's no other photos I don't see. Like that would have been one of several photos, and I don't see the other several photos. I just see that one that got posted. So I wonder if, oh, hold on, I got to do this commercial. 1 second. Thanks, Justine. All right. Let's see. Where were we? I'm social and antisocial all at once. Dun, dun, dun. Does the Bone ever give away tickets outside of Alameda County? Yeah, all the time. What are you talking about, man? Do you mean, do we ever give away tickets to things that happen outside of Alameda County, or do we ever give away tickets to people who live outside of Alameda County? Because both are true. That's a strange question, Amant. What are you talking about, man? You were watching the tomato cartoon on YouTube? I bet it's trippy. It's tomatoes. If there's still time to answer this question, because yeah, we are creeping up on time for me to get back to work. What was the first job or gig that really earned me these 6 figures? That's where sometimes you mentioned other people a lot because they were there. What? I don't like to talk about specific numbers. I think that's inappropriate. I can tell you that the first time I only had one job was when I got hired on afternoons at 1077 The Bone, and I was only working afternoons on 1077 The Bone. And for the first few months that I had that job, all I did was sleep because I had done so much before that. I had gotten so little sleep and I was so exhausted that that was nice to just have that one thing to do. But then summer kicked in and I went back to work at Live Nation. And I always have done shows at the same time I've been on the air. So I've never not had 2 jobs. At least not since college. Huh, funny. At one point, I was working 16 to 20-hour days. I wasn't sleeping in a parking lot, but I was pulling over to sleep on the way home and then sleeping at home and then getting up and going back to work. And I didn't make anywhere near $10,000 a month. I was lucky to clear $2,000 a month because I worked in concerts and radio. Does it take money or ambition or talent? Yes, it takes all of those things. Money, ambition, talent, connections, luck, and a never say die attitude of I'm the best always. That's why rock stars have such big egos, because it takes everything to be a rock star. Hey, Stefan, the tomatoes. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to look and see. Oh, do we ever give away tickets outside of the San Francisco Bay Area? Well, yeah. I mean, we give away tickets to Aftershock. We gave away tickets to Power Trip. We are currently qualifying people for a vacation to Vegas to see the Smashing Pumpkins. Sometimes we have like stuff that happens at the Sphere. We'll do giveaways for that. Chico might be outside of our jurisdiction. We initially only allowed giveaways to people who lived in the 9 Bay Area counties, but we've since extended that to people who commute to the 9 Bay Area counties. So I'm not sure where Chico falls. It's Butte County, right? Yeah, it might still be eligible. Why would you get 104.1 The Hawk when you could just download the Bone app and listen on your phone? Ticketmaster stinks. Jack's price is way over the ticket price. Oh, Justine, sit right back and tell a tale of how Ticketmaster is not necessarily the bad guy on that one. So let's see. Hang on a second. I'm going to look and see if I can find the rest of these tomato pictures, because it would be weird for me to have only had that one photo. There should be more. Shark Week. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Oh, this was fun. The Simpsons. I'm on the Simpsons couch. That was cool. Okay. Did anybody ever watch the TV show The Magicians? That was my favorite TV show ever, and I got to see the cast at a Comic-Con panel, and it was everything. They had some killer Stranger Things installations where they had the Stranger Things thing like on top of the train stations in front of the convention center. And then they had this inside the train stations. It was cool. Missing child, right? It's Will Byers. He's missing. Ah! And they put video game covers in there. It was fucking cool, dude. All right, let's see. Nope. Oh yeah, Kirk Hammett turned up. Kerry King was doing a signing. Chuck Billy was there. We had fun. Comic-Con used to be like metal on the side. Not so much anymore. There used to always be one cool metal show that would happen. Like Nuclear Blast would put something together. But Gerardo was the guy at Nuclear Blast that did all that stuff. And then they had a parting of the ways, and now Gerardo has his own label, and he'll still be at Comic-Con with his label, but I don't think they're juiced up enough yet to do like the full show. Lucifer wings. That was fun. You don't have to listen to The Bone on iHeart. You can just download the Bone app and listen direct. Super easy. Let's see. Well, I may never find those tomato photos. Oh, this was fun. We went to this like restaurant that's supposed to be like white trash. And you go to the ladies' room and there's a mirror there that says, "You look great today. You don't need any of the supplements in this cabinet." And then you open the cabinet and it's all like pills and shit. There's like a glass thing, so obviously you can't swipe any of the Midol or whatever. But they serve you like on TV trays. Everything you order comes on a TV tray. So of course you get tots and grilled cheese and shit like that. All right, what else was there? Oh yeah, I randomly ran into this dude. It turned out we had a mutual friend. What's his face from Robot Chicken? And my friend Dana, who's no longer with us, that used to work here at the Bone, and I used to work with her at KSGO when she was on channel 1049. She had a friend that was working this booth, so she wanted me to go meet her friend at the booth, and her friend was talking to this dude, and I was like, "Oh, I love Robot Chicken. Take a picture with me." And he did. Oh, dude. We snuck into this Stranger Things exhibit. The wait for this exhibit was like 2 hours. And we ended up like sneaking in a back door through the art gallery that was attached to the building. Oh, it was fucking great. Great. Saved us like waiting in line forever. For people who think I look like Jessica Jones, maybe a little bit. Hi, it's the Bone.
Hey, is this the Bone? Hey, can you play some Stone?
Yeah.
Start me up.
We'll see what I'll play some Rolling Stones. No problem, man.
Hell yeah. Later.
Right on. Late. The tiger from Walking Dead. Oh, this was great. Me and the dragons from Game of Thrones. Oh, random, but Rob Halford was living in San Diego at the time, so we met for coffee. But we met after I went to this makeup installation and got like Star Trek makeup. Oh, this is the best one ever. If you know, you know. What did the big... Oh, catch up. Little Pulp Fiction joke for you. Let's see. All right. I guess... I mean, I know that I know I took a picture with that guy from the fucking tomato thing, but I don't know where it is. Oh, here's Slayer doing a signing. Slayer must have played that year. Yeah. Oh, yep, they did. Slayer played this place that was like smaller than the Warfield. It was fun. Oh, dude. It was everything I could do to sit still and have that mask on because that thing is so claustrophobic. I was like freaking out. You can see me just like getting all squirrely and just being like, okay, take the picture. Hurry, take the fucking picture and get this thing off of me because it was very scary. I guess that's the only tomato picture I'm going to find. This was funny. We were walking down the street and all of a sudden there was a bench with Colonel Sanders and we were like, why? Never found out. It just happened to be there. Yep, I guess that's that. I have no idea where the rest of the tomato pictures are. Sorry, dude. "1077 The Bone and requested Rolling Stones." That one goes out to everybody headed to Levi's Stadium right now. And hopefully you are almost there because I'm pretty sure traffic is going to be a nightmare if you don't get in the door soon. Vaya con Dios. There's Journey. It's the Bay Area Zone on the Rock of the Bay. All right, let's see. Where are you time-wise? 4 or 5. That's close enough. Forgot to write down my times for the commercials. That's a big deal. Okay. Do I really want to start a Ticketmaster rant this late in the day? Yes. Don't give up looking for the tomato pictures. I mean, did I know that Journey got its start? Yeah, of course. I mean, Neil Schon. Everybody knows that, don't they? And Greg Raleigh, right? But Neil's the big one. Not literally, because he's actually a very short guy, but okay. Justine, was that you that was like complaining about Ticketmaster? Yeah, okay. So here's the story. I used to work for Bass Tickets. I used to work for Ticketmaster. I know a large amount of the inside scoop. And the thing is, Ticketmaster just brokers the tickets. All Ticketmaster does is take the tickets that already exist and bring them to you to be able to purchase them. They do charge the service charge. They do charge the delivery fee. What they don't tell you is that inside that service charge, there are other fees. So that, I think, is the most likely avenue that we're going to get, that we're going to see changes with the whole Ticketmaster lawsuit. The Ticketmaster lawsuit is a joke, okay? The DOJ filing against Ticketmaster is an embarrassment for anybody who knows the industry. Like, I'm a little sad and embarrassed for Merrick Garland to have even like filed a DOJ. Was it Merrick Garland that did it? Filed the DOJ report against Ticketmaster, trying to investigate, trying to make a big deal. Basically, that's them grandstanding in an election year. Here's funny, right? They're citing Taylor Swift because they just want their names to be next to Taylor Swift in an election year. But Taylor Swift Her tour is not a Live Nation tour. Her tour is an AEG Golden Voice tour. And AEG Golden Voice have their own ticketing company called Access, AXS.com. Access was created when Live Nation combined with Ticketmaster. When they joined companies, part of the merger was their competition, AEG Golden Voice, getting their own ticketing company, but with the same software that Ticketmaster uses, right? So Ticketmaster had to share their proprietary software for selling tickets with Access, and Access became its own separate company. AEG chose to use Ticketmaster to sell their tickets for Taylor Swift because even though they had their own ticketing company based on the exact software that Ticketmaster's ticketing company was based on, they knew that Ticketmaster had made better advancements with that ticketing software. So they chose to go with Ticketmaster over their own ticketing for the Taylor Swift tour. Now, Ticketmaster fucked up and had no clue that they could not handle the massive demand that they were going to get. I mean, it was worse than like a DDoS attack. It was like a hacker attack times a million because that's how popular it was. And that's how many people were trying to get tickets, like not just fans, but scalpers, bots, randos, like everybody needed Taylor Swift tickets. So Ticketmaster was overwhelmed, but there was literally no monopoly. There was a competitor choosing to use Ticketmaster over their own ticketing company just because Ticketmaster is better at it, because Ticketmaster's been doing it longer than everybody else. Ticketmaster's software was fucking written in the 70s, dude, in the late 70s, and no one has improved upon that core software. They have added to it. They've built it's a DOS style program that they use, right? And then on top of that, they put like an internet interface. And then on top of that, they have the software that does the purchasing. So all of that costs a lot of money. And that's where your service charge goes. But also in your service charge are other kickbacks and fees that they don't tell you about. So while it is worthwhile for you to pay a service charge because now you can buy tickets in your pajamas instead of having to go to the box office to get them. Also, but what they're not telling you is that they're also kicking back money to the promoter in that sometimes, or they're kicking back money to the venue in that sometimes, or they're kicking back money to the artist in that sometimes. Like built into that opaque fee is money that goes to a lot of places that you don't know about. So what Ticketmaster's doing to try and get ahead of that is they're starting the all-in ticket pricing. But the difference is that instead of telling you where that money's going, they're just adding the fees into the ticket price up front. So they're still doing all that kickback. They're just doing it where you can't see it outside of the service charge. It's part of the ticket price now. Hi, Tim. Oh, thank you. Oh, that feels weird. Yeah, no, I just do what I do, bro. But thank you. I appreciate being appreciated. Not mad at that at all. In the future, you're going to ask what you're paying for. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Justine, if you want to go to a concert, you got to buy a ticket, right? So the ticket is sold by the promoter. The promoter works in conjunction with the venue. The promoter and the venue together. I mean, everything is like a different contract, right? Here's an example. Bill Graham Presents built Shoreline Amphitheater. Bill Graham Presents got bought by a company called SFX. SFX got bought by a company called Clear Channel. Clear Channel decided that their concerts division and their radio division were at odds with their stock price's bottom line. So they spun off the concert division because the concert division were taking heavy losses in those years. It was like in the 2004, 2005. And it was like after the .com bust, and before the .com boom again, concerts just weren't making money and radio was making money. So the losses they were like losing profits because they couldn't offset with the loss. It was a thing, right? So they split them they split the two companies. The concert division became Live Nation, and the radio division stayed Clear Channel, which then turned into iHeartRadio, which I think now is like iHeartMedia or some bullshit. So Live Nation now owns Shoreline Amphitheater. Live Nation has an exclusive contract with the Concord Pavilion, but the city of Concord owns the Concord Pavilion. So Live Nation can do whatever they want at the Shoreline Amphitheater because they own the venue and they are the promoter. But they can't do whatever they want at Concord Pavilion because they don't own the venue. They are the promoter. So nobody else can use the Concord Pavilion unless it's the city of Concord. That's the deal they have. So now you have like Bill Graham Civic. Bill Graham Civic is owned by the city. Bill Graham Civic has an exclusive contract with Another Planet. Another Planet is another concert promoter in the Bay Area that was started by people who used to work for Bill Graham Presents, and they stuck around through the SFX and the Clear Channel and the Live Nation, and then they jumped. They took the money that they had made from buying Bill Graham Presents from the kids, selling Bill Graham Presents to SFX, hanging on for a few years between SFX and Clear Channel, and then finally jumping ship when it spun off into Live Nation. They cashed out and they started Another Planet Entertainment. They do. So do you see why it's complicated? It's really complicated. So each venue has its own kind of agreement. It's very rare for a promoter to own a venue, but it's not rare for a promoter to have an agreement with a venue, an exclusive agreement with the venue. And then that promoter wants that venue to use their ticketing system, which is Ticketmaster for Live Nation, which is Access for Golden Voice. Then you get these, what we call four-wall venues, which would be like the Oakland Coliseum Complex. The Oakland Coliseum Complex is owned by the Oakland Coliseum Group, and they put on their own shows, but they also let AEG Golden Voice or Another Planet or Live Nation rent the place for shows. Now, of course, it costs them more because they're paying for the venue rental as opposed to something like Shoreline where they own the venue, or Concord where they have an exclusive with the venue. They pay less with Concord. They pay nothing with Shoreline. They pay more with Oakland. So if it's a Live Nation booking, they're going to try and book it at Shoreline, and then they're going to try and book it at Concord, depending on how many tickets they think it's going to sell. Sometimes they'll end up putting it at Oakland Arena. So Oakland Arena has Ticketmaster, Access, and I think they might have one other ticketing platform there, but I'll have to double check because they also do the circus and stuff, right? You hate the Cow Palace. The Cow Palace is a four-wall venue. Anybody can rent it, but it's falling apart, so nobody wants to. Last time I was at the Cow Palace, Metallica had rented it for rehearsals for the Chase Center because the Chase Center had events leading up to the Metallica shows, and they needed to set up that symphony somewhere. Hold on. I don't know what that means. "107.7 The Bone" and Van Halen singing about those hot summer nights. I'm Nikki Blakk, and it's going to be a hot summer night on August 17th when Sammy brings the Best of All Worlds tour to the Toyota Pavilion in Concord. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com, and just going to put this out there, that happens to be the night after the Lamont and Snelly Ball with Stone Temple Pilots live in Our Lady Peace. So, get a hotel room in Concord and party the whole weekend at the Pavilion. At any point, when you're blaming Ticketmaster for something, they are probably the least culpable entity in all of this. You really want to blame the promoter, the venue, and then in some cases, the artist. If the artist is big enough to have, a hand in what the deal says with the venue and the promoter. I froze after I said Bill Graham. What? Oh my God. Okay. Did I get in the Grateful Dead truckin'? Why would I play Grateful Dead Truckin'? No. Although honestly, if we're playing Grateful Dead Touch of Grey, I feel like Truckin' should be in there anyway, but it's not. Hi, it's Simone. Oh, okay. They hung up. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, bottom line, like I was saying, if you want to be mad at somebody, Ticketmaster is probably the last person you want to be mad at, because Ticketmaster works with anybody and everybody. It's like anybody who wants to sell their tickets can become a Ticketmaster client. The assertion is that because they're owned by Live Nation, that Live Nation is forcing people to become Ticketmaster clients. But most of those people, most of those venues that Live Nation is using were already Ticketmaster clients. Like Ticketmaster already had contracts with venues worldwide when they merged with Live Nation and had contracts with venues worldwide. Like this system was already in place. That Ticketmaster and Live Nation operate separately, always have, always will. Partly because they do, and partly because it was a condition of the merger. So this whole monopoly thing is just a smokescreen for people who don't know the industry and don't understand ticketing. And then you can see how I understand ticketing, but it's very complicated. So it's hard to explain to people. So the average person has no idea. All they know is like, tickets are expensive. Fuck you. And honestly, it's part of Ticketmaster's job to be the face that takes the heat for the promoter. You know, the promoter doesn't want to go out there and be like, hey, listen, man, I'm taking like $2-3 kickback in that service charge. So quit complaining about it, you know? Also, because when the promoter's taking a kickback in the service charge, they may or may not be telling the artist, because they can provide an audit to the artist of how many tickets were sold and how much was collected on those tickets that doesn't have the service charge involved. So the contract that the promoter has with the artist doesn't involve the service charge, but the promoter may be making money in the service charge that the artist doesn't know about. Is that the artist's business? Hard to say. It's a gray area. But it is a private contract between private individuals. It has nothing to do with anything public or monopoly wise or whatever. And this is a free market economy, so they can charge whatever they want for the tickets. And if you want to go to the show, you got to pay how much the tickets are. The thing is that they've, thanks, Justine. The thing is that they've also been watching scalpers get more and more professional and make a separate cottage industry from what they're already doing. And the thing they don't want people to know is that they are having a very hard time fighting the bots. They are having a very hard time identifying bots and slowing scalpers from purchasing, because scalpers have way too many ways that they can get in there and buy tickets. You know, I mean, not only can they flood an on sale with bot purchases, but when the bots get in, one of the things that they do to prevent the bots from being able to get through a whole purchase is they have these rigidly timed purchases. Once a bot gets through and pulls up a pair of tickets, they have outsourced whole rooms of people in like Bangladesh or Vietnam or wherever. They're paying those people $3 an hour to complete the ticketing transactions with accounts that they have under fake names and fake addresses that they've established for years. So, and then they can use gift cards for the purchases, you know, Visa gift cards, so that the purchase is untraceable. Used to be we could determine when somebody violated the ticket limit because we had a program we could run that would make sure that that everything on the same credit card, if you had 6 tickets on the same credit card and 6 tickets again on the same credit card, one of those transactions would automatically just be canceled. And to be honest, we would usually cancel the better seats just to be dicks because you violated the ticketing agreement. Scalpers are not only still out there, they are so advanced that, like I said, they have outsourced rooms full of people on sale days to complete the ticket purchases. And they can complete the ticket purchases with untraceable gift cards, Visa cards, you know, or Amex cards or whatever kind of credit card that they're using for the purchase, so that you can't tell. They've got an army of accounts that they've already opened and established. They're fan verified accounts, right? That they have established ahead of time. And then they just give this list of fan verified accounts to people who are like going in anonymously with bots to pull the tickets. And then once they've got the tickets, then they log into the account that they've already got fan verified. That's not a real fan. It's just a scalper that's been using that account for I don't know how long. And then that, for all I know, they've got fake IDs that go with them, you know, for shows when they try to get really strict on people. I don't know. But it's really, really hard to beat the scalpers now. So the scalpers have all the technology, all the advantages. They can get all the tickets. So what has the concert industry decided to do to combat the scalpers is raise the ticket prices so that at least they're making more money up front and the scalpers are having a hard time raising the ticket prices, right? So say Ticketmaster and the promoter decide to sell the tickets to see Prince for $100. You buy your $100 Prince ticket if you can get it. But the scalpers will go in and buy all the best Prince tickets for $100 and then sell them for $1,000. So Prince decided to put those tickets on sale the day before. So that didn't give the scalpers enough time to turn around the tickets. Or they would decide to sell the tickets for $500 instead of $100. So now the scalpers are only going to be able to make $400 profit on this, or $500 profit on this, instead of before when they were making $900 profit on this. The concert goer is the one losing every time. All right, I got to get out of here. I got shit to do. I hope that answered everybody's questions. I probably just answered more questions you didn't even have, but I'm a ticketing nerd. So when I get on ticketing, I kind of go off. Plus, I've had a lot of caffeine. You want Chili's for dinner? Why would you get Chili's for dinner? They stole a Beastie Boys song. You saw Prince in 88 and 2004. Nice. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for swinging by. I'm going to try and do this 3 to 6 daily. Tomorrow I have a ton of work to do. And then Friday I'm at Comic-Con. So, stop by early tomorrow if you want to hang out. And, if not, I'll see you on Monday. Thanks, guys.